Hey, Mascha.
The moment of truth has arrived for Astrid Gehrmann and her daughter. With a single click, they're about to rediscover their family history. Together, they open the National Socialist Party database, the Nazi Party, files that have been accessible online for just a few weeks.
In our family, we always said our grandfathers were against the Nazis.
In the Gehrmann family, as in so many others across Germany, the grandparents' generation always insisted they had never supported the Third Reich. Now, a simple online search is enough to dismantle those family legends. On the screen, the record of a great-uncle, a party member from 1933, then a second.
It feels strange. I already knew that there were Nazis in the family, but I didn't know there were so many.
Astrid had already uncovered the truth about one of her grandfathers, but these files mark the end of a decades-long silence. It's the starting point of an investigation for many German families, like the Gehrmanns.
On a family level, but also as a society, it's incredibly important to understand who we are and everything that caused suffering, injustice, and violence.
Even before I knew, I always felt like it's never really been that hard for me to face this, to understand that so many German ancestors were simply part of it.
More and more Germans want to know the truth. Historian Johannes Spohr runs workshops for those trying to shed light on the lives of their ancestors. On this day, around 10 people from very different backgrounds share gaps in their family histories.
My grandfather worked for the Reich Railways. He was based in Czechoslovakia, but I don't know anything specific.
I want to know if there are things I don't know, especially family secrets, embarrassing things.
For Spohr, easy access to the archives also reflects a shift in German society.
I think time is a key factor. Loyalties fade, emotional barriers as well. And at the same time, there are political and societal factors at play. Certainly the rise of the far right, globally, but also in Germany.
More than 80 years after the end of the war, grandchildren are finally daring to ask the taboo question. Astrid Gehrmann also asked Spohr to help identify her grandfather's precise path. What she discovered a few months ago left her shaken. The route taken by this Wehrmacht soldier during the war overlaps with that of the Einsatzgruppen, the mobile killing units responsible for the mass murder of Jews in Eastern Europe.
And I saw that one of the Einsatzgruppen that carried out killings followed more or less the same route. And that's when I really understood what my grandfather did. I now consider him a collaborator in the Holocaust. In a way, providing the groundwork, the foundations of the Holocaust, makes you part of it.
Beyond party membership, the actions and complicity of ordinary Germans are now under sharper scrutiny than ever. That is precisely the question addressed head-on by an exhibition in Berlin. At Heinrich Himmler's former Gestapo HQ, the Topography of Terror Museum examines what Germans knew about Nazi atrocities and what they chose not to see.
In general, people were forced through public areas in broad daylight before being deported, which means it was entirely visible to the public.
For decades after the Second World War, silence prevailed within families and across society. A silence made all the easier because many benefited from the system, says Christian Schmidt-Wilken.
The fact is, anti-Semitic propaganda really did work. People derived very real advantages from it. Because people were dispossessed, occupied territories in Central and Eastern Europe were looted. People clearly benefited.
Party members, silent witnesses, beneficiaries of plunder. The roles were many, the responsibilities diffuse. After the Nazi Party files, SS records are also expected to be put online soon, likely bringing with them more difficult truths.